It's all over again, and everybody. I want to appreciate everybody again for the opportunity to be here. And I also appreciate the fact that we are trying to be, as professional as possible, and they also keep records of what we are doing, because in the future, people will always ask you, where are you coming from? So when you have records of what you are doing, you're able to show them where you are coming from, that you didn't just arrive where you are. So you've got antecedents, regarding what you have been doing. So I thank God for that. So today, very quickly, we're looking at the power, the potency of self-discovery. When you're talking about potency of something, I'm sure many of us can relate to. Probably, when they want to give you medication, they will tell you that, okay, this particular thing can do this. What can this particular thing do? What does it have the capacity to do? So power of self-discovery is all about understanding and appreciating the potency, the effectiveness, then how much self-discovery can do for a man. So, and the reason for the session, is to let us know what are the dynamics involved, required for a continuous life of self-discovery, and what are the benefits involved. So self-discovery is a continuous process and a journey. That's the first thing we need to understand. So when it comes to discovering yourself, it's not like the ultimate, good ultimate search, where a particular person, one of the participants, will discover a treasure and say, oh, I found it, and that's all. No, when it comes to self-discovery, it's like digging and digging and digging a well of treasure. And the more you are digging, the more you realize that you still have a long way to go and a lot, much more in that particular well. So the first thing I want to let us know today is that when it comes to the issue of self-discovery is a continuous journey and a process. So we'll keep changing progressively and keep adjusting and realigning ourselves in that particular school of self-discovery. So every man has been naturally wired for a reason. Life has designed us in such a way that it is important for us to be unique and contribute our own unique impact and input to our generation. We have been so wired. That's how nature has designed man. We have been so wired and so fabricated in such a way that my experience in life is different from your experience in life. So even if we have two people from the same family, a twin, a set of twins from the same womb that lives together in the same house, the two of them cannot, to a very great extent, reason the same way, approach issue the same way, have the same 100% experience about life. So when it comes to self-discovery, it's a unique experience. It's a continuous, unique experience of finding out and knowing and identifying the treasures that is within you, the wiring, the chemistry, the way that nature has fabricated us. And if I want to say, because I'm a pastor, so, but I know I want to respect, I respect the platform. I know it's not a religious setting, but I'm sure that many of us believe in God. I am of the opinion that destiny has wired man in a certain way to accomplish a certain purpose, and man has been given the responsibility of a continuous discovering, researching, identifying, embracing self in order to deploy self for the sake of humanity. Let me repeat that again. Life has designed man in such a way that man has been given a responsibility of a continuous life of finding out, identifying, locating, embracing, developing, and deploying who you are, your uniqueness, to solving human issues and human problems. So the essence, the primary objective of self-discovery is to solve problems, both your own personal problems and the problems that is around you. So if I don't discover myself, if I don't know who I am, if I don't embrace myself, if I don't own myself, I cannot be a problem solver. It tells you that we have been wired to solve problems. Listen to me, please. We have been wired. There are many issues around the world. There are many problems in the world, from psychiatry to psychology to spiritual problems to marital issues, all over, political issues. In fact, humanity is wallowing in issues and problems, and they are waiting for your unique contribution for advancement. However, if I don't discover myself, if I don't embrace the journey of self-discovery, I cannot be relevant in problem solving. Therefore, that is the reason that we have to take this particular subject matter. It's not a 30 minutes issue. I know I have 30 minutes, but after now, we need to go back. I'm going to give you some certain tools, and I want to believe that there will be time for question and answer, that we need to now embark upon knowing who I am, knowing my wiring, knowing my chemistry, so that I can be able to solve problems around me. I've been able to tell you that self-discovery is a continuous journey, it's a process of identifying who you are. Number two, it is a process of harnessing potentials, passion, personalities in solving issues. Listen again. Personalities, potentials, and passion. Self-discovery will enable us and put us in that motion of identifying our passions. In fact, our problems, our potential, and our personality. It will help us to harness them, to synergize them, to bring them together, and they'll become the raw materials of solving problems. Everybody has got a voice. Everybody has got an assignment. Everybody has got a unique input in humanity. But what will help us to become effective in doing so is when we have the ability and the capacity to harness, to bring together my identified personalities, my identified potentials, integrated with my passion, and I'm cooking it on the stove of my challenges, my problems in solving human problems. I'm sure I'm not blowing too much grammar. I'm not an English student. Let me try to break down what I'm trying to say. When it comes to self-discovery, it's a process, it's a phenomenon. It's not even a phenomenon, it's a process that I engage in when I know my personal. Everybody has challenges, we all have problems. I use my problems, I cook it on the stove of my passion, and I also add some condiments of my personality to it, and I mix them together with my potential, and I serve them as a solution to my generation. So what am I saying? Self-discovery help you to turn around the raw materials. The raw materials in this particular regard is talking about your personality, your potential, your passion, and your problem. They become raw materials for solving your personal problems and solving the problems of those around you. When we are talking about self-discovery, please, there are many people today who are living fake lives, who are pretending, who are, we are now in the age of social media, as it were, where everybody, is everything on social media, but deep down, you know that you are pretending. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, if you are well fed, you will know that you are well fed. If you are eating well, you know you are eating well. There are many people who have not actually identified what they want to do with their lives. They don't know where they are going. They don't know the potential they have. They don't know how to harness those things together in solving personal problems, let alone solving other people's problems. And when we are not able to solve our personal problems and other people's problems, we cannot arrive at a sense, at a place of self-fulfillment. It tells us, therefore, that self-discovery is vital in the school of fulfillment. We can never be fulfilled. We can never have that sense of fulfillment. There will still be that hollow, that gap, in our hearts, if we have not embraced the journey of self-discovery. Am I communicating with anybody at all? I want somebody I just want somebody to respond. Just one person to unmute and respond. Am I communicating to anybody? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Yes, you are, sir.
Sometimes, yeah, thank you, sir. Sometimes when you are doing all this network, whatever, I'm a people person, so I like talking and this, interacting with people, touching and doing that. But we are what we are. This is where we are. And thank God for the technology. Please, if you don't want to live a fake life and you don't want to die being a fake, you have to understand this subject matter. How do I know I'm not a fake person? You have been able to understand how to bring about, how to put together everything in your life, your potential, passion, everything together to solve your problem. And when you're solving your personal problem, you are smiling. Even when you are when you begin to discover who you are, your wiring, there is a way that it helps alleviate tension and pressure. The pressure of competition and comparison is resolved on the platform of self-discovery. Okay, let me repeat that again. The pressure of comparison and competition will always be resolved on the platform of self-discovery. Those who have embraced the journey of self-discovery, they don't compete themselves with anybody. They don't compare themselves with anybody because they are who they are. You are who you are. I am who I am. You are who you are. And what I can bring to the table, you can never bring it to the table. Never. It's not possible. We can be in the same line of impact or line of input, but there are some certain things that are very peculiar to me. It's in my genetic modification, my wiring, my opinion, my experience, the challenges I've faced in life. They have become intrinsic nature of my life that only me alone can bring to the table. So those who have discovered themselves and those who are in that journey of self-discovery, they always have something to bring to the table, regardless of how many things that are already on the table. It tells us that self-discovery will help you never to be stranded at any time. You cannot lack what to offer when you know who you are. Your creativity comes alive when you know who you are, when you know how to harness things, when you know how to harness these dynamics and bring them together. It helps you to unlock creativity. Self-discovery is key to creativity. Without pretending, without faking life. I think I've said enough. I think I've marketed self-discovery enough. So let me now quickly tell us what are the tools required. What do I need? What are the dynamics required to explore this subject so that it can become a practical, personal experience of my life? What do I need to do? Number one, sometimes I use the word you. I don't like using the word you. I want to say we cannot discover who we are if we are not a student of history and biographies. Please listen to me. So the first tool that we need in the school of self-discovery is biographies, history. There are many people today who are, you see, I told somebody sometimes ago, I said, my generation is too shallow. Many of us are too shallow. And the reason why we are shallow is because we are disconnected from history. I have realized one thing about history. If you want to see the future, look backward. The future is in the past. If you want to discover yourself and your place and what you're supposed to be doing and the way you are wired, there is nothing new under heaven. There is nothing that you want to become, that you want to do, that somebody has not done it somewhere before. And when we discover the people in the past who have done what we are trying to do or what we are trying to discover, something will spark up in our mind. You say, oh, this is me. When you see yourself in the mirror, you know it's yourself. When you see yourself in a picture, you know it's yourself. Somebody somewhere has lived the kind of life you have always yearned to live in the past. So history is critical in the school of self-discovery. Why? Because we are called to replicate, not to reinvent. There's nothing new under heaven. We are called to replicate. There's nothing we want to do that is not traceable to history. It's either we are, it's either we are improving on it, or we are just replicating those things practically. So if I want to discover myself, I need to be a student of history. People are not reading. They don't even read history. They know biographies. I'm a student of history. I believe in heaven. When I get to heaven, I'll be reading. Please, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adebisi Oredein. If we get to heaven, if some of us get to heaven, when you get to heaven, if you are looking for me, come to the library. History will give you the image. We help you identify where those treasures in your heart are. It will spark up your passions. So if I want to begin to activate the treasures within me, I need to be a student of history. I've got like 4 of them here. I think I'm very much conscious of the time. The first tool is what? History. We must be acquainted with history. I can tell you anything. Let me share this with you. Many years ago, I used to watch AIT. AIT. When AIT just first started, I think that was 1996 or thereabouts, just before Abacha died. Then they used to bring one man. The man is a Yoruba person, one of the former old Republic senators, Abraham Adesanya. And anytime they bring the man on AIT, I think I've forgotten the name of the presenter now. BC or Latilo used to bring him on AIT and other people like that, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember. So when they bring him on AIT and they are talking, I will be listening to the man. And I began to learn. I just realized that I think something with me and this man were together. I don't know. And I have seen in my life many times when I talk, the way my emphasis when I'm talking, I can trace those things to Abraham Adesanya. I was younger, 1996, 1997, 1999. I was younger. But that man did something to my life. His way of presenting grammar, talking, activated the treasure I never knew was in me. At another time, I was watching Channels TV many years ago. That's what I do. I watch TV for education. I don't watch TV for entertainment. It talk to you, whatever you want to do. We will still get there. I was listening to a man, the former manager of Adebisi, Mr. Bumi Oni, on Channels TV on health issue. The presenter then was Shiju Alabi. I'm talking about year 2001. And I realized that the man said he read Full Science and Technology. I never knew that it was what they call Full Science and Technology. I said Full Science and Technology. And I went to check. I can read Full Science and Technology. If you are a student of history, you will realize your image, your person, your personality is somewhere. Somebody has lived the kind of life that you are. I'm not talking about reincarnation. I'm talking about reactivation, because what life has been wired in such a way that there is nothing new under heaven. You are not called to become Superman and to become an inventor. Just go back and see what people have done in history and repeat the same. It's life. I think because of time, I'll just mention 1 or 2 more. So maybe during question and answer, I can answer 1 or 2 more questions. So how do I discover myself? Number 1, history. Please read books on history. Read history. Read biographies. I'm begging. Read biographies. This is a mentoring class, so I'm going to be raw with you guys. Read biographies. Read many of us, we are just on the internet looking for. No, go back. When others are on the internet, don't be intimidated by those who are on the internet. When you are loaded, you don't need to announce yourself. They will know. When you have discovered yourself, they will know. People will know, because your uniqueness will be so glaring. They can't cover you when you have discovered. They can't uncover, they can't cover what you have uncovered. They can't do it. Your uniqueness will be glowing when you have discovered who you are. I'm happy, I'm excited talking to you guys today, because I'm a living proof. I'm living it practically. I have faced people in my life who feel threatened about my uniqueness. I don't care about how they feel. That's their own feeling. They have entitlement to their feelings. I'm just living my life. you know, as I've come to discover it. So that's who I am. Then number 2 key that you need is volunteering, as some people are doing here in this particular platform. When we volunteer, so that is when we begin to test waters. You begin to know what you can do, what you cannot do. Let me tell you something. I'm a pastor. I said it before, and I'm not trying to campaign for anything. We have been together for a while, and I used to, when I'm preaching, I used to preach like somebody. So I was at National Stadium to preach at Gymnasium, and somebody called me and said, when I heard your voice, I thought it was Pastor so and so. I said, really? So I realized that, I've not actually discovered myself. So I was now reading John Maxwell book, Communicate by John Maxwell. And I realized from that particular book, that year, that it took John Maxwell 8 years before he could discover his own style of talking. So what am I saying? It is in the quest of volunteering. I do this, I tried, I was in the choir, tried this one. Then I began to realize my wiring. I can talk. I'm very vocal, but I'm an easygoing person. I can't sing too much. I know how to score music. I've not been to music school. It's my potential, but I know that, okay, I can't. So I begin to know my limits and what I can do, my weaknesses and my strength by volunteering. Don't be lazy. So when they ask for volunteers, jump at it. You know what you are doing. They may not give you enough money. Money is not the first thing. Self-discovery is the first thing. It's magnetic. It will magnetize money. It will open doors for you. When you know who you are and you are deploying yourself, people will say, okay, if when it comes to this particular person, call this particular person. It's unique. It's just unique. So one is what? History. Be a student of history. Number 2, learn to volunteer. I think I'll stop there because of time. I think my time is up. So yeah, because of students. Yeah. So when next week, if you want to ask questions, we can continue. I can give you other bullets on that. So I think I'm going to. I'm still on point. So over to you. God bless you.
Very well, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for that powerful exposition on the power of self-discovery. That was awesome. Can we please appreciate Pastor BC one more time? Please, can give us some reactions. Thank you so much, sir. We really, really appreciate you. So quickly, we would like to ask if you have questions for him, you can drop it in the comment section, or you can also signify by raise of hands so we can recognize you. Go ahead and ask the question. Okay, so there is a question by Nurse Bob in the comment section. First of all, she said, thank you for the beautiful presentation, sir. And then she asks, how do we deal with friends in self-discovery? Did you get that, sir?
How do you deal with what?
How do you deal?
No,
How do we deal with friends in self-discovery?
Okay, thank you. How do we do with friends? Okay. That's a very good question. God bless the person that actually said that message. How do I deal with friends? Please let me tell you something. You see, life is personal and don't be sentimental. Life is personal and don't be sentimental. So, number 1, you must have a choice. You must have a clear-cut goal of what you want to achieve and where you are going. Let me tell you something. I've always said to myself, I'm not going to be, you see, let me tell you something about this friendship matter. In my own life, I've always said that even when I'm 90 years old, none of my colleagues, my age brackets, will be talking and I will not have what to say. I had that insight, had that passion long time ago that it will never happen in my life. When my own colleagues, my own age people are talking and I won't have what to say, that means I'm not relevant. So I've always been desiring to be relevant. And when I now realize that some people are not doing, they don't want to pursue what I'm pursuing, I focus on myself. Let me share with you. So how do I deal with friends? Let me tell you this one. I realize here is my we have been friends for ages and thank God for his life. Me, I realized that All this I'm teaching you now, I got to know them many years ago. I'm still learning. If I don't read books, if I don't make research, if I don't discover knowledge, truths on who I am, I'm not going to be relevant. So I began to pursue and buy books, relevant books, listen to tapes, just listen to tapes and buy books. Then when you read a book, you are a step ahead of your friends. When you read 2-3 books, you are going to be 2-3 steps ahead of your friends. They will not know that you are changing. They will think that you are still together. But by the time you are reading 10, 15 books, then they will know that you have changed levels. So how do you deal with friends? You keep changing levels by pursuing knowledge. Water will find its level. I don't think when you keep improving yourself, water will always find its level. You know, when we go to mosque or go to church or go to party, you go with your children, maybe your children are maybe you have age 4, age 5, age 6. They will always be looking for their own age bracket to play with. Is that not correct? They won't come and play. They will not be looking for others to play with. They'll be looking. So once if a 4-year-old boy sees another 4-year-old boy, what will he do? He will go and be playing 10-10 or whatever with it. So why? Levels, water will always find its level. So how do you deal with friends? You keep changing levels. Because when you are changing levels by pursuing knowledge, your language will keep changing, and they will soon know that you have changed. They will soon know that, and they'll begin to say, Ogberagani is proud, is this and that. It doesn't concern you, know where you're going to. I think I've answered that question. So the next question, I think have I answered that question, please?
All right, I think so. Then she asked a follow-up question that many people say they don't care about what people say about them. And she's asking, but should I care, sir?
Okay. It's all about what you mean by being caring or what to care about. Let me tell you something. You see, many times we are too emotional about what people say about us. You must develop a very thick skin. You see, when it's about knowing where you are going. Now, nobody can know me beyond I know myself. If you say that I'm this and that, oh, I'll tell you, thank you very much. It won't hold water. It won't hold. So it's about you developing a thick skin. It's about sticking to what you want to achieve. And when you are there, you know you are there. When you are not there, don't fake it. Let your friends know that you are not faking your life. And it's not about it's not about bold face. It's about knowledge face. When you know something, they will know that you know it. And when people talk about you, you just be critical about that particular. Be objective about it. If they are telling you, like Ayola, sometimes Adebisi, you don't do this. So yeah, okay. And then I look at, don't worry, and I'll tell you, you don't know what I'm doing. Then I will explain to him, because we've been good friends for a long time. And sometimes, don't be angry that I'm using you. You have any option, I'm going to use you. So you will tell me something, and I also will tell him the truth. I don't care about what he feels about it, and he knows my journey. So don't let your friends know that you are not a fake person. Embrace principles in whatever you are doing. Let them know that you're a man of principle, a woman of principle. So when they say anything, if they say, okay, this and that one, explain what you are doing. Let them understand, because sometimes they may not understand what you are doing. Explain to them. But some people will not understand what you are doing. And if you are waiting for them to understand what you are doing, you are going to waste your time and wait forever. Just keep moving. A time will come, they will understand what you are doing. When they begin to see results and see your uniqueness and see your manifestation, so they will understand. And they come and respect you for who you are. Even your family members may not respect you. It doesn't matter. They may abuse you. Don't let abuse. You are going to face abuse. You are going to face people that are going to be sarcastic. I would have loved to tell you that in this journey of self-discovery, you are going to meet 15 kinds of people. In the school of self-discovery, you will meet 15 kinds of people, and you must know how to deal with each of them. You are going to meet with your friends. You are going to meet with advertisers. You are going to meet with mockers. You are going to meet with a lot of people. So you must know how to. So just stay focused. Your family members may not believe in, your uncle may not believe you. They may even be cursing you. You just say, I might be no, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. Then you walk away. It's a matter of time. They will soon come back. Do you know why? The safest place to stand is to stand on the truth. The safest place to stand is to stand on the truth. When you stand on the truth, they are still coming back to it. You stay on the truth, keep focused, keep making progress. Let whatever your friends are telling you, don't bother about it. Just stand on the truth and be sure that you are standing on nothing but the truth. They will still come back to the truth. Why? Because nothing can be done against the truth. That's an summation on that one.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir, for that. There's another question here from Olayinka. And she is asking, how are you able to be consistent in everything?
Thank you for that question. I'm always eager to tell people how I'm able to my consistency. Let me tell you something. It's about focus. Let me share with you. When I was in Nigeria, I had all the time. Ayola is here, you can witness. There was a particular time I came to my house and he snapped the picture of my books and he said, Adebisi, Kilode, what are you doing with all these books? I used to read 60 books in a year when I was in Nigeria. Minimum of 48 in a year. That is between 4 to 5 books a month. And I will write all the authors of the books I've read that particular year. I'm challenging somebody here today. I'm giving you free of charge. I'm not collecting money from anything. If you like, take it. I'm sorry for talking like this. This is a mentoring class, so I'm going to be very raw with you. I don't want to pamper you and begin to go grammar. I used to read 60 books a year. Minimum of 48 books a year. How am I consistent? Time. When I was in Nigeria, I didn't have television. Ayola was one that forced me and said, Oga, go and buy TV. We must buy TV into this house. Give me money to go and buy the TV for you. It was when I forwarded money to his account to go and buy the TV. Ask him. When they bought the TV to my house, I don't watch the news there. I don't watch the news. Is it not good? Is it bad to watch news? It's not bad, but I know where I'm going. Because I mean, you tell you any my news. I've not discovered myself. So I was studying in the school of self-discovery. You see, many of you are distracted. You want to be on social media, you want to be this one, to be known. Continue. So how can you remain consistent when you are distracted? In fact, it got to a level, I told some of my guys, I gave them 2 books. I think 1 or 2. I said, if you don't finish this book this month, don't work with me again. No, not even 1 month. I read, there was a particular year, I read 4 books in a week. And I gave them 1 of the books in a week. And I said, oh yeah, go and read this 1 book in 1 week. I gave them a pen and a notebook. I said, whatever you have discovered from this book, give it to me. The reason why I was able to challenge them because I have read 4 books that particular week. So they don't give me an excuse not to read 1 book. So how can you become consistent? You must be disciplined and stay focused. Am I saying that news is not good? News is good, but in this, let me tell you, I have read about journalism. Bad news is good news in journalism. There is nothing good about the news they're telling us. If you focus on Nigerian news, you are going to have a headache. If you focus on CNN, you are going to have a heart attack. So focus on your self-discovery and bring solution to the table. That's my answer to that question.
Awesome. And somebody is asking, does that mean we should not watch the news? That's on it.
I think that was asking that question. I've answered it. He knows what I'm talking about. Even here in this country, I don't watch Netflix. I don't. These are they bad? No. If that is part of your, I will have taught you. I just mentioned 2 things that you need to do. I didn't mention all the other ones. So I will have taught you, your potential. Then so if that is part of your area of influence, area of passion, that okay, you have to be on television to watch people, the way they dress, maybe you're in communication. That's it. So then if it is improving you in self-discovery, then go ahead and be watching. But it's not improving you, stay back.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir, for that. So do we have any other question in the answer? So I think if you have a question, can you signify Joseph King has a question. Please unmute your mic and ask.
Hello, good day. Um, Good day, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Moderator, and everyone in the house. I'm so sorry I came a bit late, and or let me say very late. I had a function to attend. I'm so sorry about that. But at the time I joined the program, I heard the speaker talking about self-discovery and talking about not being distracted, staying focused, and being determined is one of the pivot points to self-discovery. But along the line, he said something about watching the TV. Now, I will tell you, sir, I want to know if the social media presently now, because you did mention it that we should not be distracted, and a whole lot of people now today are discovering what they can do and do better from the social media, not because there are no distraction in the social media. They are doing it better. And why some are not doing it better? In line of this, sir, how do I, sorry, how do I discovered what I can do? Because as a matter of fact, I'm an oratorian. Okay, I'm an oratorian, and I write scripts. How do I discover myself with a whole likes of distractions in the social media, not the TV right now? How do I discover myself using the social media as a tool? Can you help me to do that? Because there are lots of things I want to come up with, but I can't do it now because of a whole lot of distraction. But I feel that I can do it. But because of a whole lot of distraction, I've not been able to start something. Can you help me on how to go about it, sir? Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. Let me quickly correct in notion. I'm not saying that social media platforms are irrelevant. In fact, if you know what you are looking for, they become tools for productivity and improvement. Let me give an instance. For example, now I am learning some whole lot of things on YouTube. The lectures have been there 13 years ago, about 60 lectures on that subject matter from Biola University in the United States of America. On YouTube, 60 lectures on one subject matter. That's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm learning. So on social media, why? Because I was looking, it is what you are looking for that you are going to find. In my in-laws' house, they like to pray a prayer. They say, it is what you are looking for that you are going to find, though. What you are not looking for, may you not find it in Jesus. That is what so it is about what you are looking for on social media. If what you are looking for is for self-improvement, is to enhance your self-discovery, then social media become your tools for improvement. So, and then there's almost any question that has an answer on social media. So what I'm saying is that when you stay focused and you know that you are not just going there to while away time, I'm not saying that we shouldn't play or we shouldn't relax, but what I'm saying is that when you know that you are looking for something on social media, then let that be your focus. Go there. I'm learning that particular subject on social media, on YouTube, without going to school. I may not have the certificate, but I'm going to have the knowledge. And by the time I finish that particular course, I'm already another person entirely in my journey of self-discovery. So, as your profession requires, there are a lot of things that you can do on the internet with it. So just ask the right questions. It's part of the tools for self-discovery, asking the right questions. It can be from people, it can be from social media, and so on and so forth. So I think I answered that question.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Do we have any other question in the house? We have not heard from our ladies today. Please, ladies, if you are there, kindly unmute your mic. Ask a question, please. All right. So, Steven, Please go ahead and mute your mic and ask your question. Stephen, please unmute your mic.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, you're welcome.
Good evening, sir. Please, I came late, so I heard everything about the self-discovery, of which I didn't like me also. Yeah, same thing. I'm facing challenges up and down. I don't know about what to do next. I kills my dream sometimes. Like if going out there to chase what I can do and what I want to do, I'll like go there and talk to someone, speak on my own. At the end of it, like at the end of it will be a bad result for me coming down. So I was like, okay, let me just manage the little I can. So all those things kills me down. And attending this program, I feel like I can still go back. I don't know how you can put me through on how it is to face it. Like I'm a good marketer, and my dream is to be a leader, to have a team up. So anytime I goes out with my results, the challenges of facing an interview, all these kind of things, of which I know I can do it. So I don't know how you can put me through, sir. I don't know if you I don't really know if you understand.
I'm very much with you. Yeah, I know what you mean. You see, yeah, that I understand that part of your question. Yeah, let me tell you one or two things you need to do. I'm a pastor. I don't want to be biased with what I'm about to say, but let me just say that you need, that's one of the reasons for this particular mentoring class. This is beyond this session. Just is beyond this once or two hours a month session. I think there's a need for, for us. Probably I will talk to the leadership later. My own advice, because sometimes people will have personal questions that will require further probing and specific recommendations, for them. So on your own case, what you need is not just a general platform mentoring like this. You need to speak to leadership, speak to Ayolawa. I'm sorry for speaking on your behalf, AY, on this matter. So because some people have personal issues, because if we have not resolved, because reason is because sometimes when we are pursuing level 4, level 5, and you have not even understood level 1 and 2, it will be as if that you are just doing your exercise in futility. So when we have one-on-one session with people like that, then we can have some probing. We probe issues. Okay, what are you doing? Where are you? So then we're able to identify the next thing they're supposed to be doing, because sometimes people live in delusion. They live in confusion. They assume that they know what they are doing. They know what they're supposed to be doing. But when we have people who have been there ahead of them, able to help them dissect their situation, then we can give them the proper recommendations and say, okay, you see, from what I've said so far, this and this and this will not work. This and this will work. So that is where personal mentoring is required when it comes to self-discovery and self-fulfillment. Personal mentoring, one-to-one, outside of general session, that will require such interaction and the recommendation and things like that, and proper monitoring, to a specific end. That is what I would suggest for you. So maybe you speak to Ayolalawa later regarding your own issue. So I'll also talk to him, and then we'll see what we can do from my own,
Okay, sir.
our own space. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome, sir.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for that, taking your time to join us today and for answering the questions. I think we've come to the end of today's session. But before we go, we'd like to take some recognition for some of our volunteers and staff at the Ayolawa Empowerment Foundation.